Hello and welcome to Steve Knows. It's the weekly VR news update, and we have tons of potential features coming to the Quest platform that fills me with joy. Lots of interesting game updates and the further expansion of VR, so I think that is enough chin wagging. Let's get started. There is a chance to win a Quest 3 and get the gang together for a weekend game night in Tank Arena Ultimate League. This game is going to give you a hangout space where you can play darts, a sporting arena to punch a ball around, some archery, or play a game of horse with the basketball. Or you can even get some items going and have a little sword fight, but with a sword, not... Anyway, you also have your own space which you can decor with chairs, posters, even flooring for a lovely dance break. To make the space your own whilst you stare at tanks. It's not all friendships and bonding though. There are tank battles where you can work as a team by sitting in a cockpit of healers, defenders, or be on the attack. I love a cockpit in VR. There's something so immersive about it, being surrounded completely in a mech bot or a tank. Links below for Tank Arena Ultimate League and the Quest giveaway. So let's start this off with the version 66 PTC that has been released, and the lovely community have been mining the firmware and have found some hints at some interesting possibilities within the Quest ecosystem. If you follow the channel, last week I already spoke about the wrist controller buttons and the controller Bluetooth pairing. But this week we have so much more. So there seems to be a downloads folder being accessible within the app library. Some XML strings hint at this being available to make it easier for us to manage our content that is currently downloading or updating on the device. Okay, not that exciting, but one of my favourite finds is that I actually recently pondered upon this, is the introduction to Meta's AI assistant in the headset. With the past year being a huge AI boom, I was rather surprised we don't have something like this on Quest already, especially when the Ray-Ban smart glasses got the integration first. So these again are strings in the XML that say things like, when you ask Meta's AI about what you see, it will take a photo. It does also seem there'll be some sort of voice control to activate it. And if you're in the UK, we never got this voice navigation feature on the Quest, so I'm not sure if this is going to be available to us either. It would be so cool to have an AI assistant in VR. It would make it feel like a device of the future, more so than it does already. There is also a new privacy feature called the sensor lock, where the cameras and the microphones will be a hard turn off. So when the headset is not being worn, they will be off completely. You can't turn them on without manual activation. And I thought, wait, why are these things even on in the first place? But when you read the strings, it does say there are things like a possibility if the device is knocked, or the proximity sensor inside the device detects something, these input devices may become active. So for an extra hard no, this feature will be made available, but it will make the experience of putting on the headset whilst it's on standby a little less seamless, because you will have to activate the features again by pressing the, I don't even know what to call it, just, you know, the on button on the side. There is also a calendar sync-up feature, being able to sync your calendars to this device for pop-ups and awareness of events, because you've been too sucked into the game that you're playing of something like Breaches, and you forgot you're supposed to be working and on a quarterly catch-up Zoom call. What do you say? Sorry, I was just breaching a house to save some hostages. It's a pretty good excuse, but will they believe you? There is also content adaptive brightness. This is going to give applications control to adjust the brightness of your display dynamically. This could be pretty great for intense light or intense dark. So when something bright flashes, when everything was already super dark, that brightness will give you an intense reaction, like a bit like a flashbang that could be used in certain situations to make the game feel a bit more immersive, but hopefully it doesn't just burn your retinas or shock you. There is even a potential update in future for adjusting the keyboard size and its position in VR, something I've actually thought about but never really thought it would be a feature. I feel so stupid now because it's so obvious that this would be great. So that keyboard you have in front of you, be able to make absolutely massive, so I could punch my keys instead of my little diddy finger presses. And in the day and age where I don't really want to talk to anyone, the Do Not Disturb mode will have some additional customization options for things like times of day you want it to be active. So once it's past like 7 PM, it's game time. Leave me alone. There was also something else that was discovered that I saw on X, which is knee bending. Saw a Twilight on X had noticed that our avatars now outside of Horizon Worlds can bend at the knees. So you can now really get down low for a party of one in a club of loneliness. And to add on to that as well, some of you may have noticed, Bosworth also confirmed that the incredibly stunning lakeside environment that was initially available had been rolled back due to some found bugs. So that's now gone if you didn't catch it, but it will come back, of course, in future once they fix these issues. But this was like a camping setting overlooking some beautiful mountains next to a small waterfall. It was like a slice of haven. So you should see it back soon once they fix those issues. But it seemed that this PTC was absolutely jammed packed with things of the future. So many good things. But I think now we should start talking about games. It's game time. Some interesting updates, some interesting titles before I go on to some more tidbits. So there is a game that I know for sure is some folks' dream realised, where you can actually become a cat. The beauty of VR. So this game is called I Am Cat from New Folder Games, a fantastic studio name, by the way. This title, you can live the life of a cat owned by a sweet old lady who will smack you if you are naughty. You can watch cat videos, play on your apparatus, jump on the top of cupboards, and I saw this title and just had a good chuckle to myself. I thought, gosh, I love VR. This next game I had to share. I was a huge fan of probably one of the greatest 360 games ever created. Not officially. That was Doritos Crash Course. And ever since, obstacle course titles have just been something that brings me joy. So this one's called Venture's Gauntlet. This is a VR obstacle course on steroids that makes Ninja Warrior look like child's play. There will be 9 stages inspired by the Scottish Highlands. And the aim of the game is, of course, to get the fastest time to the finish line to place on the leaderboard. A simple idea, but it looks like such a rush. Each level is also calibrated for your height and your arm reach, so you don't get any tactical advantage if you're closer to the Earth's core or not. Next is Beat Saber, still going strong and dropping its original soundtrack number 7. This is a music pack that's coming soon, and they gave us a little teaser to let us know that it's coming, and if it's like past song packs, this should be completely free for existing owners to enjoy. The teaser had kind of 6 neon lines across it, which made me think of a guitar. That's a 6-string instrument, or it could just be a hint at the environment that comes with these, which is going to be prism and laser focused, but it could just be, the fact that it's music and they thought that would be a cool idea. If there were any other hints in this video that I completely missed, I just didn't grasp, please let me know down below. Something hype now. It's a bank holiday weekend, at least here in the UK, and you need something to play. A game that I absolutely adored but haven't touched on in a while is Population 1. This is going to get a Phoenix Royale mode soon to give the game a new lease of life. This update will come with a new full-size map that has an end zone that will constantly be moving to promote traversal for all players in the final rounds. This feature is also going to be translated to the other game modes in this title as well. In this game mode, there will be the ability for you to redeploy if you get taken out, giving you a second chance of life. There will also be supply crates that will give you much needed weaponry and ammunition. You may have seen similar concepts in the new title Contractor Showdown, and it's great to see. This game needed it. I think it needed this sort of update. It'll give you some hope once you die. It's not like, okay, guys, I'm dead, I'm out, bye, and you just leave. Did I mention that this game is also now a free-to-play, and you should totally be downloading it, because it is fantastic. I'll link it down below. And now onto a highly rated VR experience. There is a new graphical overhaul for a game called Sweet Surrender. This studio initially intended this update to be a release for a Quest 3 enhanced version of the game, but it made so many optimization improvements that this graphical update was able to trickle down to the Quest 2 also. So this game is pretty darn sweet. The visuals are fantastic, sharp lines, smooth performance. It does follow the roguelike formula. I know some people are kind of over that genre, but if you like a fast-paced title, something that's action-packed, something that's addictive, this game's going to keep you occupied, and of course it's going to look stunning now with this update. It looked beautiful before. And fin or why, beyond the Xbox partnership, Microsoft is partnering up with Meta for volumetric applications on Windows being streamed to MetaQuest devices. Microsoft has a new API that will allow certain apps to be streamed in 3D space on the MetaQuest. An example they showcased was something called Creo, where they were able to bring a 3D model of an Xbox controller that was on the PC into the Quest 3D space, and it could be manipulated. It sounds pretty groundbreaking for something like product design. It seems like this year, the amount of news coming out about the expansion of VR, its use cases, has been pretty incredible, whether it's been making it featureful, whether it's the partnerships, whether it's the open source kind of model of the technology, whether it's the reach of the product being more global. It feels like VR is getting another kick up the backside, and I'm just so happy to see it because it wasn't that long ago where I was questioning my passion for VR. We were in this slump last year and I just thought, what am I doing? But now the vigor is back and I'm so pumped and excited, and I hope you are too. So thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope there is something here for you to get excited. There's definitely something here for you to play. Check out Tank Arena as well. Join the Quest game giveaway. But more importantly, you need to have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day.